One of my goals for 2025 was to register and train for the 2026 Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend Goofy Challenge. The Rundisney races are very popular, they sell out very quickly. So in this video, I'm going to take you through registration morning for the Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend morning, and we're going to find out, did I get into the Goofy Challenge and what can we take away from this experience? And before we get started, if you do enjoy this video or if you find it useful in any way, maybe you want to give it a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to the channel Runaway with Liz, where I share videos about traveling, running, and just general good things that I think are fun. So thank you so much for watching, and let's get to registration day. Rundisney registration day, woo! It is 8:43 right now. This is generally a very normal time to be awake for people, but our baby, who normally reliably sleeps 2.5, 3 hour stretches at night, decided last night that she was not having it. So I am not running on as much sleep as I normally am, but that's okay. So I am up early, waiting for the Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend registration to open. I just don't know how fast it's going to sell out, so I wanted to be here right away. But online, it sounds like some people do the thing where they have multiple browsers open so they can have multiple spots in the virtual queue. I'm not messing with that. If I'm not able to get into this race like a regular person, then it's just not meant to be. I did double check that I knew my password for the Rundisney account last night because I do have one from years ago. I did the 2020 Walt Disney World Marathon. Also, I did a virtual 10K, I guess, which I had totally forgot about. So that's done. So now I'm just sitting here refreshing the Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend page, just waiting for the registration to open, because some people said that the virtual queue or waiting room, I guess, is what it's called, opens about 10-15 minutes early. So we're gonna see if that happens. And if I don't manage to get into this race, there's lots of fun races out there. Maybe we'll go to the Canary Islands and run a race there instead next year. That'd be fun. No, this will be fun too. I'm excited. And I also really wanna go to Epic Universe. So 2 birds, 1 stone. The register now for one event is open. So let's do this again. We're doing the Goofy Challenge. Interesting. Why does it, why just one? Refresh. It's 8:52 and the rest of the register now buttons were available. So we are now in the queue. Just waiting. It says this pre-queue page will refresh and you'll be placed in our registration sales waiting room in random order, regardless of how early you joined this page. So if that's true, there's really no benefit in me being there right at 8:45 or whenever and refreshing the page constantly to get into the waiting room for the virtual queue. So I could have slept in a little bit more. All right, 9 o'clock. Looks like we're in the queue. Approximate wait time, more than an hour. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna get into this race or not. I was hoping to run the Goofy Challenge next January. I thought it would be really fun. I think the Rundisney races are really fun, and doing a challenge weekend like that would be a really good base to work up to begin ultra training for 2026. We'll see. Just hanging out, hoping the baby doesn't need to get fed exactly when I want to register. This little toggle is moving, so that's fun. Every once in a while it jumps forward. Three minutes left. It is 10:25. So I've been waiting for about an hour and a half. That was, I think, me getting into the registering area. Oh my gosh, it's closed. It's full. Yeah. Registration for this event is closed. It has reached the maximum number of participants. Wow. All right, that's that. We're not doing the Goofy Challenge. Just reflecting on this a little bit. If I had really had my heart set on this weekend, non-negotiable, no backup plans, like this is gonna cause total heartbreak if I don't get in, it would have been a good idea to have multiple browsers open so you have multiple opportunities to get into line at random times. Something that I noticed was happening on the Rundisney Reddit, which I'm sure happens on other forums, is people had multiple queues open, and so they would have a queue link that goes unused once they finally get into the registration, and if any of those are pretty low, they would post it on the Rundisney Reddit thread. And I think this could probably only happen one time, but if you're the first person to click that link, then you can use their queue, basically. And so if you were waiting for an hour, you click on somebody's queue link that is only waiting for 17 minutes, and then boom, you're only waiting for 17 minutes. I wonder if this behavior is contributing to the race selling out so fast. I don't know if it would be or not, but if you want to kind of game the system, it looks like that's a way to do it. I really wasn't sure if Rundisney was going to be as intense as just like going to Disney World and trying to get into a virtual queue for a new ride or something like that. Sometimes that can be like a really intense experience, and you have to be really on the ball, like seconds. Like when Tony was trying to get virtual queues for Tiana's Bayou Adventure and Cosmic Rewind at Walt Disney World, he on his phone he pulled up a universal clock that would count the actual seconds, so that he was absolutely on time to get into that virtual queue, because that's first come first serve. But this Rundisney registration, the queue is random, so even if you're right on time, there's no guarantee that it's not first come first serve. It might not matter if you are getting in early or if you are showing up at 8:59 and clicking register now. I was emotionally prepared to not get in, and I also just know that there's a lot of really other cool races out there. So I'm excited to do more research and look into some other really fun racecations to take. So I guess our 2025-2026 plans are still kind of up in the air right now.